Hello and welcome all. My name is Siddharth Kumar, and in this video I will show you my project that is based on restaurant management system. So first let us see our overall view of project, like how our project is working. So I will run my program, and you can see that here the prompt came and it is saying that welcome to my restaurant, and there are some of the items that are available within the different category. So let us see. I will select one as I want to eat breakfast, and these are the different type of items that are present in breakfast menu. I will select gobi parantha, and I want to enter two quantity I want to eat. So I have ordered two gobi parantha and my total bill is 40 rupees. So I am hungry now. I want to eat again some breakfast. So I will order this time paneer parantha, no, paneer dosa. So I will enter 6 here. I want to eat only one quantity, that because that is enough for me. And now the total bill is 100 rupees. Okay, do you want to order more breakfast item? No, this time I don't want to order, and I want to exit. Show me my total bill. So it is showing my total bill. It is also generating customer unique ID, and it is saying me thanks for helping me. So this was the thing that I have ordered from only one menu. If I want to order it from different type of courses, then what will happen? Let us see that also. So first I want to eat some main course food, so I will select two, and from here I want to eat biryani, let's suppose. So I want to eat biryani. I want two quantity of that, two bowl of biryani. So I have ordered two biryani, and my total bill for main course is 160 rupees. Okay, so I want to, do you want to order more main menu item? No, want to eat something different now. So I want to eat Chinese, so I will click here on third option is Chinese option. So I will click here, and I will eat momos this time. So I will click 3. I want to eat two quantity of that. No, I don't want to eat this again Chinese. Now I want to eat South Indian food. So I will select 6, and I want to eat vada. So 3, and only one quantity is enough for me now. So my total bill for South Indian food is 40 rupees. So let us see what is the total bill in a whole. So 160 for main course, 80 for this, so 240, and 240 plus 40, 280 is the total bill. Let's see if I will exit, it will print 280 or not. So it is printing the total bill as 280 as I have seen earlier, and the customer unique ID it is generating. So we have done. So let us see again. One thing you can also do, if you will exceed your quantity, as restaurant has said that they can only make items up to 10 quantity for one person. So if I will exceed my quantity, what happens? Let's see. So suppose I want to eat breakfast, and I want to I want aloo parantha this time, and I want 11 quantity. So it is saying me quantity exceeded. Please check it again, and you can enter it again. If you will enter 3, then it will give you no problem, but more than 10 it will not give you. After that, if you want to see employee details, then you should be admin, because there should be restriction that no one can see employee ID rather than the owner of the restaurant. So for that I have set the username or a password for that. So suppose I am the admin and I want to see employee details, so I will click here on 8, and I will enter username, and it is this and this. So you can see that there are employee details here shown. Some are cook, some are washer, some are manager. So this was my project. Now let us see how I have done this. So this is the abstract class rest. Here I have various type of variables like morning menu, drinks, Chinese, rice, roti, salad, soup, and so on and so forth. So let's see why I have initialized it with 0. So the overall concept is, let's suppose in restaurant I have eaten breakfast, that is morning's breakfast. So morning, so I will say morning is equal to nothing. Let's say I haven't initialized it with 0. So, and when I have opened the prompt and I have selected main course, not breakfast, main course I have selected. So I have ordered main course, Chinese course, and then South Indian items. I have ordered all that, and when I will go here and I will exit, as case 9 is exit, so it will be summing my all the values. And let us suppose that I haven't ordered morning, so morning will be here added, but it is not there, so it will throw an error. So for removing that error, we have initialized with 0. Same is the case with every variable. Now I think you have understood that. After that, we have made a 2D array of string, and we have putted all the items, sub items available under that particular courses. Like in breakfast, aloo parantha, gobi parantha, paneer parantha, etc. Main in Chinese, we have Hakka noodles, paneer noodles, like that. And then we have made a class rest one, which is extending rest, which basically means we are using inheritance, and by inheritance we will be using all the variable from the class rest in rest one. So I have created a method called public void menu. In that method I have taken input, as a scanner class is used for taking the input from the user. So I have taken a scanner class here, and I am doing these things whatever my condition is. As we know the condition which says that if your condition is false also, then also the do while loop executes one time. If your condition is false, then your do while loop execute one time. No matter whatever your condition is, it will execute one time. But if your condition is true, then the number of time you have specified it will occur that time only. After that, uh, this will appear, and after that you have to select the choices from the one for breakfast, two for main course, three for Chinese course, so on and so forth. After that, it will check if the item you have selected is less than 0 or is greater than 9. If this condition will be, suppose if you have typed 0 and 0 is not there, then what it will do, it will print an error that you have to select your range in 1 to 9. And after that, it is catching that exception. And now I have used switch statement. I have whatever the choice I have made, it will goes here, and it will go in the suppose I have taken choice as 1, so the choice 1, it will execute case 1 of breakfast menu. Suppose my choice is 2, so it will go in case 2, and it will go on main course item, and it will show all the items available in main course. Suppose my choice is 4, so it will go on case 4. Where is case 4? Case 3 it is. Case 4, here it is. It will go on case 4, and it will show all the sub items like tawa roti, butter naan, etc. Now after that, here I was, so it will print all these things. After that, it will tell me how much quantity I want. So I want 3 quantity. So if it will check in try block, it will check if quantity is greater than 10. No, it is 3, so it is less than 10, so it will not go here. If it will be greater than 10, then this statement will be executed, but it is not greater than 10, so it will come out of it and will order that item. So it will tell me you have ordered, and I have taken quantity as 3, so 3 plus what is that item. My breakfast item minus 1. Why I have done item minus 1? Because my array has always started from the index 0, so I am using item minus 1. After that, we are parsing the integer. So what is the need of parsing the integer? So we have taken 2D array here, and we have also put our value of the price as a string, and our value should not be in string, as it is price, it is integer. So I am parsing that, so to convert it into integer. And after that, we are multiplying the quantity with the price. After multiplying the quantity with the price, suppose my quantity is 3 and my price is 30, so it will be 90, and morning is 0, so 0 plus 90 is 0, and it will be assigned to morning. And after that, we can print the total bill, that is 90 rupees. And if I want to order more item, if I will do yes, so this will go here, and after that it will check while count equals ignore case. Ignore case means whatever is the letter you have typing, like capital letter or a small letter you are typing, so it will, that doesn't matter for it. And if you will type yes, so again it will go here and it will show you that. And if you will type no, it will come out of the loop, and it will go here and it will show this. As we have here continued, we have used label continue to main one, so it will go here on main one, and will, where is main one? This is main one. This will, and it will print this also. So and same thing we have done with the all cases, except in 9 case. What I have done is, in 9 case I have generated a random number using the function, using the rand make through random class, and I have uh, given a value to it, rand dot next int. And after that, I am seeing if my rand int is negative, means the number I have generated is negative. It is negative, then convert it to positive. If it is not negative, then okay, come here and print the customer ID. After that, I am printing all the total bill, like morning, menu, Chinese, everything. As if anyone have ordered morning food only and haven't ordered rice or roti, then morning food, whatever the value will be morning food, plus all the value which that hasn't been ordered will be 0, and the thing will be printed. And after that, I have used the concept of file handling. So the concept of file handling is that everything you will be ordering, it will be saved in the file, so that the restaurant manager have all the records of what what customer came and what things they ordered. And in case number 8, it is also showing the employee details. So I have taken a user as a seed and a string password as this, and I am prompting a user to enter username and password. And if it is matching, means it is matching to the what has been typed by the user, then it is redirecting it to the employee detail, and all the details of employee has been shown here. And else it is not matching, then it will say that please provide correct input. Why I have done so is because if I will not do so, then anyone of the user who want to order the food can also see the whole detail of employee. But it is the concern, security concern, so only admin or the manager or the owner of the restaurant can see the all the details of employee. For that only I have put a restriction security that no one other than the person who knows username or password can see this employee detail. And after that I have used this system to exit, which only means exit the program, exit, terminate the program, don't do anything, don't go anywhere, exit from here now only. So, and I have used file handlings. So let our file where all the data of the user, the customer has been saved. So this is assignment.txt here only. So you can see that everything that has been ordered is saved in this file. And I am fetching all the detail of assignment, all the detail of the employee from this fetch.txt, where the name, address, mobile number, profession, salary of the whole person is there. So I am fetching it from there. And I want to also tell you how I implemented this file handling concept. So in Java, file handling concept always comes with try and catch block. So first I am inside the try block, I am creating a file in particular folder like assignment.txt, and after that I am writing that customer unique IDs, and I am printing the customer ID from here. And after that I am printing the total bill, and the input provided I am writing it here by using file.write. After that I am closing the file. And the one last thing I want to see that how I am reading the file. So you can see that it is also coming in try and catch block. I am making object of, and I am taking my reader object. And after that, while something is written in file, it only means that while something is written in the file, try to read all these things. So we are reading all these things, and we are printing here all the data has been, we are printing. And if something is not there, then only show the error that an error has been occurred. So this is all about my project. Hope you will like it, and if you want I can also share my source code. Thanks for watching.